Alright, for the 510 plus Sealand Dometic toilet, the bowl comes right off the pedestal. There's the removal of the bracket that goes around. You have a hose clamp here, and then those two bracket collars. Hose clamp has a hex head fitting on the end of it, so use a nut driver. And when the toilet bowl came off the pedestal, it comes off in one fell swoop with both seals stuck on the bottom of it, right? So now we have, and you can see the imprint of this pedestal base on the bottom of the rubber seal where the toilet bowl is sealed against that. And then underneath that you're going to have a second seal. And I can't hardly separate them right now. So I'm going to get some pictures here just to make sure we've got it all coming apart a certain way and goes back. And I suggest you do the same. Get your camera when you disassemble, take pictures of all the pieces as they are before they're fully unassembled, and then that'll remind you on how to get them back together. Alright, so removing the seal, you can see it just like this. The notched holes are aligned, and then as you look at the seals, they sit on top of each other. One seal has all the little marks on it from that black pedestal. See how those little marks are on the back. And which side went to the bowl, we know that would be this side because it has dents in it, right, from the impressions left by the bowl. The other side set up against here. So now you have how it goes together. Then this side went down. So that's the trick. One of these seals, the seal that goes to the ball flapper, has a taper on it. That's this one right here. That's my bad. Take a look right here on this seal right here. That has a taper on the edge of the seal, and that sits right against here. Do you see? So that little bit of taper aiming down, so that seal mounted on top of that. I don't know if it matters which side is up on this one, but we can tell that this one had a certain side up because it has the dents in it from the bowl sitting on top of it, right? You can see all the little ridges in it that have been kind of cut in by the bowl sitting up there. So I think we know what we're doing. It shouldn't be a big deal. Most important is the cleanup. I'm going to try to get this bowl out of the way. Good thing the lovely Miss Carol isn't here. This is not a pretty sight. Alright, take a close look. What do you see? Well, that is the alignment notch for that little breather, right? So now we know that we have that in the right place. And look at the label on the top here. This side up. Alright? This side up. So that needs to be up because that means that there is a tapered edge on the seal of this ball right here, which is really more shaped like a helmet. Alright? So that's the ball valve. We haven't disassembled it, and the water piece. Here's the water hose up here. I did loosen those 2 screws. We'll have to just tighten them back up since that just plunges through the side of the toilet bowl with a rubber seal. There's the seal right there that sits up here on this piece here. All right, so now there you see the first layer of seal this side up. All right, that's pretty straightforward. Now we take a look at this seal, and I see no labeling of any sort on it. It does have a sort of an irregular mold mark right here on it. I'm just going to put that down so that I have a perfectly smooth. Now, what's wrong with this picture? Right, the alignment notch is not aligned. There's the notch, there's the breather. So now what you got to do is align the notch and the breather. Boop, it's done. All right, so now you have what you should be seeing, right? You have the seal that seals the ball valve right there. Easy enough. Now you have the seal that seals the toilet bowl to sit on top of the pedestal, okay? Got that. No seal or content in between them. All we have to do is we have to put the bowl back on and then put the bracket back on and nut it down. Now what I will do is I'm going to come in here down at the bottom here. You see, I see a few places where the outside bead of white, I scraped it clean, but where the inside bead goes to the mount, I'm going to go ahead and seal all that too. And so I'm going to go get a caulk tube and some silicone clear of white, and I'm going to seal the bottom of the toilet bowl pedestal just to be sure it's right. And then when I bring the collar back around, I'm going to put put another bead around the edge of the collar as it stands to hide the black toilet bowl pedestal. All right, so this is all pretty straightforward. The bowl came off with 1 hose clamp. All right, then I pulled the clamp, the press fitting into the back of the toilet for the fill valve and vacuum line. All right, that pulled out of the back. Bloop. Then I lifted the bowl off and set it off aside from there and cleaned it up. Then I came back and put the seals in. Let's go back through the order. We'll take them off. And the order is the thin seal first. You have to have this side up piece showing. There it is, printed on the top of the seal. That means that there's a bevel on the inside that seals to the ball. You're going to lay that up here, and then you're going to align on this bowl. It is a post-2000 toilet. This is a 2007 coach. There is the alignment hole and the breather. Boop. It's all done right there. Now we're sitting up here pretty. It appeared that this seal does not have an up or a down. I didn't like the little bit of mold mark on the bottom. It's rough there, so I said, fine, I'll hide it. And now I'm going to align that tab with the alignment hole on this toilet. This is a Sealand 510 Plus. I could not see the model or any of the serial number information on it, but guess what? Now that I've taken the collar off, it's down there, and so I'm going to take a photograph of that as well and store that in my data book for the coach. Alright, just being doubly safe, I have a caulk gun with regular silicone in here, and I'm going to run around the edges of this toilet pedestal before I put the collar on. The reason I want to do that is I'm not confident that those aren't gaps there, and so I see some places where the outer seal's kind of gotten in the way. So let's go ahead and seal that up. So as you can see, here's regular silicone caulk, and I'm just going to seal the bottom of that bowl all the way around the edge. Here, basically, I've set the toilet bowl right on top of the pedestal, and then I tried to center the amount of rubber visible from the top of the bowl, because it doesn't have anything specific to index the bowl forward, backward, left, right, except looking down the mouth of the toilet to where the ball sits. So I'm going to nut it up just like it sits right there. All right, here is our hose clamp that holds the bowl and collar around the pedestal. We got our seal done down on the bottom here with some silicone, and now we simply ran down the nut, and I think I've got that tight. And what happens is that this is a collar clamp. It's in 2 pieces right here. Then go ahead and run this nut down on the side. This is your hose clamp that holds the bowl in place. I've got it firmed down, and that reduces the gap here between the two halves. You can see a seam right here. There's two halves of the collar clamps. Those two are now drawn together and it's tight. And so we're in pretty good shape here. Basically what I want to do now is turn on the pump and see if it'll hold water in the tank. Alright, here's what the bowl looks like now with the new seal and this side up seal sealing the ball, then the main rubber seal sealing the toilet. Of course, we don't know what's sealed right now, so the next question will be to try the water. Alright. There's your instructions right next to the toilet bowl. And there's the toilet bowl. This is a Dometic Sealand 510 Plus post 2000 model toilet ceramic bowl. It has a two-piece seal, rubber seal that one's a thick rubber piece and the other's a thin rubber piece. No hard discs or anything like that they talk about. This is an all rubber set. About $53 or $59, I forget what I spent. Yeah, but here it's been sitting for about 20 minutes and 3 inches of water in it are still 3 inches of water. With another project successfully done by the RV Shop and Chef. But for now, thanks for watching and shush!